There's a man in Rwanda who locked himself inside his house for 55 years. Not because of war, not because of illness, because of women. He boarded up his windows. He sealed his doors. He refused contact with any woman for more than half a century. Most people would call that extreme. And it is. But here's what most people miss. He wasn't hateful. He wasn't prejudiced. He was terrified. And that terror has a name. It's called gynophobia, the irrational, uncontrollable fear of women. Now I know what you're thinking. That's not me. But here's the thing. Gynophobia doesn't always look like a man hiding indoors for decades. Sometimes it looks like you, tense around women, avoidant, heart racing, not knowing why. And that version is far more common than anyone talks about. Let's be clear about something first. Gynophobia is not misogyny. That distinction matters. Misogyny is hatred. It's prejudice. It's a belief, a cultural or political stance against women. Gynophobia is completely different. It is a clinical anxiety disorder. Your body reacts before your brain even catches up. Your heart pounds. Your palms sweat. You feel dizzy. You can't breathe properly. This isn't attitude. This isn't belief. This is your nervous system firing a full panic response. The same fight or flight alarm your brain triggers when it thinks your life is in danger. Except the trigger is a woman walking into the room. That is the key difference between misogyny and gynophobia. One is a mindset. The other is a physiological reaction. You don't choose it. It happens to you. Here's the part most guys won't say out loud. Maybe you tense up around women. Maybe you avoid eye contact. Maybe your chest tightens when a woman speaks directly to you. You've probably told yourself it's shyness, or awkwardness, or just being bad in social situations. But there is a real difference between regular nerves and a phobia. Regular nervousness fades once you get comfortable in a situation. A phobia doesn't. It is automatic. It is uncontrollable. It takes over your body before your mind can step in. Did your stomach tighten reading that? That self-recognition matters. Most people with gynophobia have no name for what they're carrying. They just know something feels wrong. And without a name, you can't fix it. Gynophobia falls under the category of specific phobias. That's a classification of anxiety disorder recognized by clinical psychologists worldwide. Now, it's not listed as its own standalone diagnosis in the DSM-5. That's the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, the global reference used to diagnose psychological conditions. But specific phobias are fully recognized in the DSM-5, and gynophobia qualifies as one. Here's why that matters. A specific phobia is not a quirk. It's not a personality trait. It is a diagnosable anxiety disorder with clear clinical criteria. That means it has documented causes, recognized symptoms, and proven treatments. This is not a character flaw. This is not weakness. This is a condition, and conditions can be treated. So where does gynophobia actually come from? The causes aren't always obvious. Sometimes it starts with trauma. A frightening or painful experience involving a woman early in life can train your brain to treat women as a threat. This happens through a process called fear conditioning. Your brain is essentially a security system. Once it registers something as dangerous, it flags it permanently. Every time that thing appears again, the alarm fires. It doesn't stop to verify whether the danger is real. It just reacts. That's why the fear feels so automatic. You're not choosing it. Your brain learned it, and it has been running that program ever since. The original experience may be years behind you, but your nervous system is still responding like it happened yesterday. Trauma isn't the only cause. Some people develop gynophobia through learned behavior. If a parent or close figure in your early life showed intense fear or discomfort around women, your brain may have absorbed that as a lesson. Cultural environments play a role too. Societies with rigid gender norms and strong patriarchal values have consistently shown higher rates of this fear. Research also points to a genetic component. If a close relative has a specific phobia or anxiety disorder, you are 3 times more likely to develop one yourself. 3 times. That is not a minor statistical detail. That is a significant inherited risk that millions of people carry around completely unaware. Your biology, your upbringing, and your environment are all pressing on the same pressure point, often at the same time. Now let's talk about what gynophobia actually looks like day to day. Because most of the time it's not a man barricading his house. Most of the time it's quieter than that. It's avoiding situations where women will be present. It's declining invitations. It's intense dread before a meeting with a female colleague. It's your heart slamming hard the moment a woman makes direct eye contact with you. Physical symptoms include sweating, trembling, nausea, dizziness, and shortness of breath. These are documented clinical symptoms. not exaggerations. And here's the crazy part. Most men experiencing this have no idea what it is. They just know they feel wrong around women. They quietly reshape their behavior to avoid the trigger. And they do it alone, in silence for years. Here's where most people get it wrong. They assume gynophobia is connected to attraction. It's not. This fear has nothing to do with whether you are sexually attracted to women. A heterosexual man can experience full gynophobia. A woman can experience it too, particularly after trauma involving another female. The fear is not about desire, it is about perceived danger. Your brain has attached a threat signal to women as a category. That signal doesn't care about your preferences. It doesn't negotiate with your logic. That's what makes phobias so frustrating. You can know the fear is irrational. You can tell yourself women aren't dangerous. And your body reacts the exact same way regardless. The knowledge doesn't turn off the alarm. That's why willpower alone will never fix this. The impact goes way beyond uncomfortable moments. Gynophobia creates serious complications over time. Social isolation is one of the biggest. When you structure your life around avoiding women, you are cutting off roughly half of all human interaction. That affects your career, your friendships, your romantic relationships, your mental health. Research consistently links untreated specific phobias to higher rates of depression, chronic loneliness, and low self-esteem. Many men with gynophobia described feeling ashamed, emasculated, deeply inadequate, and that shame makes them less likely to seek help, so the fear gets heavier. The avoidance behaviors expand. Eventually, the phobia is running more of your daily life than you are. That is the real cost of leaving this alone. So what do you actually do about it? The most effective treatment is exposure therapy. Here's how it works. You don't face the fear all at once. It's gradual, controlled. A therapist guides you through increasing contact with the trigger in small, manageable steps. Maybe it starts with just picturing a conversation with a woman, then looking at a photograph, then a brief low-pressure interaction. Each step desensitizes your nervous system a little more. Your brain slowly updates its threat assessment. Exposure therapy has a documented success rate of up to 90% for specific phobias. 90%. That number matters. It means this is not permanent. Your brain learned this fear. And with the right process applied consistently, your brain can unlearn it. Cognitive behavioral therapy works alongside exposure therapy and tackles a different layer of the problem. CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, targets the distorted thought patterns that are driving the fear in the first place. Your brain has built a false story. Women equal danger. CBT helps you examine that story, challenge it, break it apart. Not through positive affirmations or wishful thinking, through structured, evidence-based exercises that literally retrain how your brain processes the trigger over time. Medications can support recovery too. Beta blockers help manage the physical symptoms, the racing heart, the trembling. SSRIs regulate anxiety at the chemical level over a longer period, but medication eases the symptoms. Therapy addresses the root. Using one without the other is like turning down a fire alarm while the fire is still burning. If any of this sounds familiar, that recognition is your starting point. Studies estimate around 13% of men worldwide experience some level of gynophobia. That is not a rare edge case. That is a significant number of people quietly managing something that has a real solution. Most of them reshape their entire lives around the fear. They avoid, they withdraw, they isolate, and they do it alone because they never had a name for what they were dealing with. Now you do. Gynophobia is real, it is recognized, and it responds well to treatment when you actually pursue it. The first step is talking to a mental health professional who works specifically with anxiety disorders and phobias. You don't have to keep making your world smaller to manage the fear. You can build the tools to face it instead.